Hello YouTube, thought I'll make a little review of my Suzuki inazuma 250. It's a 2016 model, blue and white as you can see, just under 6,000 miles, one owner apart from me, that makes it two owners from new. Very distinctive front end. There's not many reviews in the UK, so I thought I'd do one. Well, I think I'm going to start with the negatives. It's a big, heavy bike for a 250. Don't get me wrong, it's not as heavy as a 600 or 1000 ZX9 R1 blades, which I've had all in the past. Which I loved and enjoyed, but I decided to downgrade because speeding, I got to the point where I had 9 points. It's just so easy to go over the limits. Anyway, back to the Suzuki. It's a heavy bike for a start. It's not heavy like I say, like the big bikes, but for a 250 it's quite heavy. Compared to my previous little 250 was a Ninja Kawasaki 250R, a lot lighter, had more power. This one's got 26 horsepower I believe, depending on which website you look into. Yeah, it's a good looking bike. Right, go back to the subject. Right, negatives, wind blast. There's no screen protection whatsoever. Fine below 60, but once you get above 70, 75, 80, you do feel it, especially if it's a windy day. But that's an easy fix, just get a screen if you wish, but I think it might spoil the looks. I don't know, I'll look into that one. Another negative, it's a very high revving engine. And I mean that in a respectful way. I think you're doing 66, and it's revving at 8,000 revs, which is quite high, but that is the cruising speed, 65. It will cruise at 70, no problem, which you get used to eventually. I think a lot of people are scared to rev these bikes, or any 250 twins, like the Kawasaki Ninja 250 that used to rev to 13,000. And to go anywhere you have to really rev it. This one's not so bad, it's got a bit more torque, but it hasn't got the top end power, which is fair enough. It's a commuter bike. Once you get your head around that and used to that, you accept it for what it is. It's no rocket machine, it's not meant to be. It's meant for comfort and miles per gallon and easy to ride, which it does perfectly. Right, what have I done since I've had it? I did buy a Black Widow's exhaust for this bike, but unfortunately I just found it a little bit too loud where I live. I live in a very quiet place and I didn't want to upset the neighbours, so I took it off, put it back on the originals. And I can tell you the original ones is very heavy. I think the original ones weigh about 15 pounds. That's quite a lot. That's the whole system compared to the Black Widows. It's under 5, so you're saving £10 already. That's £10 worth of sugar, if you know what I mean. Right, the good things about this bike, it's very easy, very comfortable, very easy to ride. The angling's pretty good, really good actually for this type of bike. What I have done to this bike is put it optional. You see, it only comes with a side stand. I bought a main stand, makes life easier, more secure, better for cleaning chains, wheels, etc. And as you probably can see, it's quite a big chunky thing, well over engineered. I think that's going to last quite a few years. As you can see, this bike is immaculate. There's no rust at all. Really nice. And the wheels are fine. What I have done is also is replace the chain. The chain was the original chain. Let's just say not good quality. I've changed it to a gold DID Also, the biggest benefit I can tell anybody on this bike, front sprocket. Change it to a 15. At the moment, so at the standard it had a 14, which is fine, very heavy. But what I did find, the speedo was way out. You were doing 60 miles an hour on the clock, but the GPS saying you were only doing 54, which is, yeah, quite an overreading. I put the 52 on and the speedo is spot on. So if you're doing 60, you are actually doing 60. If you're doing 80, you are actually doing 80. As you can see, this part is virtually like new. Not almost, just got a little bit of wear there, but I am going to put the black windows back on. I'm just got to figure out how to make it a little bit quieter. Even with the killer inside, it's still pretty loud. It's not loud, but where I live, like I say, I live in a very quiet place and I don't want to upset the neighbours. As you can see, this bike is really, really, really good condition. It's a 2016 and the build quality is pretty damn good. Really good. I'm quite surprised. Look at the shine on this. Everything still looks like new. The paintwork's lovely. It's greens, really, really shiny. I love the colour. Basically, that's why I bought it, the colour, and to slow me down, basically, which it has done. That's another story. Yes. What else could I say about this bike? It's a good step up from a 125. Really good 125. I mean, I had a CBR 125, great in town, but pathetic on the open road. This is a little bit better, more comfortable. The wind don't blow you about. Yeah, it's very planted. For, like I say, the weight might slow it down, but in another way, it's very solid on the road. Headwinds, side winds don't really blow you about so much, which is a good thing. Would I recommend this bike? Yes. If you're an A2 licence, this bike was designed to be an A2 licence, but unfortunately things have moved on. I think you're allowed 48 horsepower now here in the UK on an A2 licence. This was designed when it was 33 horsepower. Well, the engine could do a bit more poke, but like I say, once you get your head around it, it's not a bad little bike really. The good thing about it is the quality of the bike. The paintwork's really nice, shines, everything's built solid, seats nice and comfy, got grab rails. And the good thing about this is the dashboard. I really like the dashboard. It's quite good for a commuter bike. It's got all your usual petrol gauge, mileage, free trip gauge, maintenance, gear indicator, all your idiot lights. Got a light to tell you when to change gear. The only occasionally this F1 light, you turn it on, it'll come on, start flashing, and if that comes on, the bike not start, but you just turn the ignition off 2 or 3 times and it seems to get rid of it. I don't know why. I've got to look into that. If anybody knows why that does it, I have no idea. Please help. The bike has not been used for a while. Maybe it's just damp, conversation in it, etc. I rode it yesterday and it did it 3 times, which is very ignoring, that bloody F1 FI light. But it will start. It just had to, which is a pain. I don't understand that, but yeah. Apart from that, I've never had no more problems with it. Starts first time, I can leave it, 3 weeks, it'll start on the button. Yeah, if anybody got any advice on the FI light, please let me know. The plus point, if you're coming up from a 125, it's ideal. It's got power, kind of, not scary power, very lame, but very predictable, very easy for a new rider, ideal for a lady or somebody building up the confidence. What else can I say about it? I think that's about it. if you've got one of these, I would love to hear your comments and what you think, or thinking about buying one. Any questions, please ask me. Thank you. I'll be doing another video soon. Bye for now.